And as long, do we have everyone back? Are we good?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Okay.
We're live, but are we recording again?
Yep, I got it.
Oh,
So I guess we are ready for a motion accepting this resolution.
I make a motion.
I will second that motion, Ravanda.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone, and I apologize for the inconvenience, but thank you for the board for working through that. That's it for the resolutions. Next up, we have a quick report for me. A lot of the stuff that I wanted to talk about, we've already covered going through the budget. But just so folks know, and anyone else, if there are any residents on the meeting, which I'm not sure if there are. Currently, as I said, we were not, since we only have one director now, we're not able to split up the hours exactly how we would. I'm trying to skew the hours that I put in towards when the administrative staff and maintenance staff are working. So I'm currently doing roughly a 9 to 2 schedule every day. Some of that work is from home, but I try to check in every day. I'm doing office hours twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. So any residents or staff members who want to discuss anything or ask questions or find out more, I'm trying to make that specific time available for that. Tenants have definitely been taking advantage of that. It's been good to hear. What I would say is that the issues of security and pest management are far and above the two issues that we hear the most about from tenants. And so those are continuing to be on the top of my priority list for initiatives to move forward with while I'm here. The other topic, which occupies a lot of my time, is not coming from the tenants, but coming from HUD, and that is our RAD conversion status. I guess what I'll say is that has not been able to move forward in any considerable way without an attorney. So bringing the attorneys on is going to be the thing that helps that move forward, especially given the fact that these are the attorneys that specifically represented us in all matters RAD conversion. So my hope is that they're going to be a big help in determining our compliance status and moving us forward with that. So that takes care of the last two things that I was going to say. I will say that after a month and a half, I have been impressed with the way that the staff has operated in the absence of a director. That's a very difficult thing to do in a small organization, but we have a professional staff, and I think that they have the tenants and the well-being of the entire building in mind. And so it's been impressive to see what they've done in the time without having a supervisor or manager. And so I definitely hats off to them for doing that. And thanks for all the tenants for being patient during that period. It's definitely been difficult.
I concur.
And that's really all I have on my agenda. I don't know if any of the board members had any other new business or anything that that they had that they wanted to talk about that I didn't bring up.
I have a question, just because I don't remember. When are tenant elections?
I know that there's, I want to say December 28th. I've seen postings that just went up in the past few days.
Okay, cool.
Robert,
Kim.
Anthony, do you all know?
Am I able to say something when you're done?
Yes, the tenant elections is on the 28th.
28th.
Yes, next, well, sorry, week after next, I believe. It's on a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you,
Can I-
Robert.
Can I just say to the person that just asked if they'd be able to speak, we have public comment open at the end of the meeting.
And that's coming up very quickly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Any other questions from the board or new business from the board?
Can I address something that a tenant told me today?
Yes, please, Anthony, if you can speak up as much as possible or come closer to your mic, that would be great.
I had a tenant today tell me about how the tenant above them keeps flooding out their apartment continually, and it floods down into their apartment.
Yep, I heard about this exact incident, and I think I got an incident report, a written report on this today, and it's definitely a troubling matter. Both that it's a repeating issue that obviously is a really serious inconvenience and health issue for the tenant in question, and also that that's a building and kind of facilities problem too, that when a flood happens in one person's bathroom, it actually stands a chance of coming into someone else's apartment below them. That's a really serious issue. This is something that has to be looked on in several levels.
Yeah, especially because it keeps happening. So I just figured I'd bring that up.
No, thank you for bringing that up. It's a really serious issue and kind of brings up a lot of other issues that need to be worked on. But we're definitely on that one, and that was I spent a good amount of time on that today, and I already saw some emails that meetings have been set up to work on it further. So thanks for bringing that up, Anthony.
But yeah, that's all I have. But I don't want to keep beating you over the head with the same thing about the security problems, because we have people roaming the hallways, all kinds of things going on. But I'm gonna sit back and wait, understand what has been said, and I see about us getting things passed so we can get that covered. I just wanted to add that, and I'm finished.
Well, I guess one thing that I would say is we can do this offline or independently, or maybe I can find a time to meet with you either when I'm doing office hours or another time. But I would like to hear from you, Anthony, and Robert, and any other tenants for that matter, about your ideas about when we talk about timing, when we talk about the specifics of what this resource officer is going to be doing. I think that it's going to be important to have feedback from tenants on how that happens, what the hours are, what the specifics that we're looking for are, so that we make sure that we not only find the right person, but ask them to do the right job, if that makes sense, and that we maximize the efficiency of bringing that person or people on.
Well, that makes sense. Just waiting for it to happen. That's
Understood. You can keep beating me over the head with that one. That's an important one. Claire, you had a question, and then Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca, is yours related to what they're talking about now? Because mine is not. So if you want to go first, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it is. I was just going to bring up something that we talked about in our interviews with various candidates, was the need for mental health person on site, which seems like, is like a parallel need to resource officer. And maybe, I think that, it seemed as though it was like a really it was something that a lot of tenants talked about in their surveys as well. So I just wanted to, suggest that we consider that for 2022 as part of a something to explore.
Yeah, I think that if I was to have a spreadsheet of all the tenant issues that I've heard about so far, and you're to take the strictly maintenance issues out of them, I think that definitely over 75% of them could be brought back to being mental health issues one way or another. And I think that can't be understated how important having some kind of service in the building that can specifically speak to that is. I think it's a total priority. And from my perspective, it's something that we need to pursue quickly. The issue that I think we're going to find is just what is that position, or how do we go about that?
Yeah, I
Is
was
that
gonna
through civil
say,
service? Sorry, go ahead, Claire.
no, I was gonna say that I think that it's okay that we didn't present that specific one tonight, because I think that we should, as a board, think about like, sorry, reaching out to some of the folks that might have come in before, and see like where they had struggles, and us really strategize around like not only what the position will be, but like having a handle on like a new approach, so that it's, yes, we have a mental health person in there, but that they're not automatically affiliated with the programs that DSS offers, or
Correct.
when Homes comes in, or when mental health and CPS come in together, like actually defining what the tenants, what the issues may have been in the past, so that we can find the best way to bring somebody in that becomes a safe and comfortable person to actually remedy, not band-aid, or become, an authoritarian that's there further enforcing. Because I can see how if we were to bring somebody on right now, sorry, at the same time as bringing on a security person or a resource officer person, how that bond could happen where they rely on each other more heavily than we would like, and their roles become similar because of just starting at the same time and having a similar understanding. Anthony or Robert, I'm just, the way that I'm thinking is that we need somebody who can be an enforcement for making sure that people are safe. Not an enforcement. We need somebody that can help maintain the safety of the building. And then the other position that we spoke about tonight is somebody that will be tasked with making sure that like health is a concern with the COVID surges. And then the mental health person would be somebody in charge of like when people don't want to open the door for pest services because of something, maybe their anxiety or depression is preventing them, or the fear that their house is not in good enough condition and something else will come behind opening the door. Somebody that can ease those pains or meet people's needs in that way is what we're looking for. We have a team of staff in the office that go above and beyond to do that, but we're all individuals, and we understand that people that may have lived there for a long period of time may feel like they've exhausted their chances with the office staff, that they've asked for too much help, that they've come to these folks with too many complaints. And that's when anxiety and depression take over. And I'm speaking from another hat that I've worn, which is working with the mental health population. This is something that people take as a negative. They take it as like people don't want the help, or people refuse to receive the help. And in reality, it's there are actual reasons that prevent people from getting themselves in better positions. And we need a mental health person that's not necessarily tied or affiliated to an agency, but has this humanistic approach to working with this population of folks, that has a above and beyond personality, but also the professionalism and know-how to understand where people are. So that's my thoughts on the mental health person and the difference between these three positions, because they're all extremely important, especially when we start talking about development again, because we're talking about people's fears and around insecure housing. Huh? Oh. We're talking about people's fears around housing insecurity and being able to ease those fears on top of what we as a board talk to them about in a professional capacity, somebody that can further break it down and bring some type of solace to that. So those are just some things to keep in mind. But the reason that I raised my hand is because I was going to ask Shaheem to share his screen so that I can share something positive that happened recently in the building.
Yes, Nick, I'm gonna take your screen share down.
Do you want me? Yeah, you got it?
Yep.
It's really brief though.
No, thank you. We need that. Excited to see what's going to be.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yesterday, we had, well, HCHC had 2 photographers come in to provide free family Christmas portraits to the tenants of Bliss. They're doing the same thing tomorrow at Hapanos, but lots of families came out. Huh?
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, maybe Shaheem, if you could click on the pictures. Yeah, so lots of families did come out and take family pictures, but a lot of the kids took the time to just like play with the cameras and, you know, take cool shots of themselves and feel like they were at a professional photo shoot. So, you know, the photographers had a great time. They want to do more, and the kids loved it. So we got lots of good feedback from that. But it, you know, look at their faces. It's just,
it's
you know.
amazing.
And I know most of these kids, so like to see them play like this is just great.
Oh,
So good.
that's me.
Yeah, that's our photographer, Tom, one of our photographers. And then Otto Oli also helped with the taking some of the photographs. So I was just really thankful that we were able to do something. The building is a mess, but there was a piece of joy before the holidays, and now they can have something that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, that they can remember spending time with each other. So I just wanted to share that with the board.
Great. Thank you so much
That
for
was
sharing that. And thank you for
beautiful.
doing that.
That was beautiful. I love it.
That was adorable.
It's just a great idea too. I never would have thought of that. But that's such a great thing for families.
Yeah, usually we do like a toy drive or something, but like the reality is that like who can afford to take a family portrait? You know what I mean? Like it's so expensive, and just to have the opportunity to not even like, you don't even have to get in the car and go anywhere. Just come downstairs, put on whatever you want to put on, just stand in front of the like have a family photo when you might not have been able to. And even if you could afford to, who doesn't want a free picture with the coolest photographers you could find? So yeah, it was a good time.
Great. Thanks, Claire. Yes, there's a ton I could talk about in response to everything you said, but I think you said it really well. about thinking about resource officers, security officers, mental health, and we'll talk more about all of those things in meetings to come. But I do want to get to any, if there's any more board questions or comments, we'll take those. And if not, we'll move on to the public. I know that, is it Angelique?
Yes, Angelique,
Hi, thanks for waiting.
you're welcome.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Oh, hi. So I was listening in on your meeting. It was pretty good too. I'm trying to get to know some of the people that are on the boards and things like that. But I do live in the low rise, been here about 5 years or so. And I was wondering, I'm trying to get on the Board of Commissioner seat. I wasn't able to hand in the paper soon enough, but I did go around, like a lot of the people know me in the buildings and stuff. And I went around and knocked on doors and let them know, what I'm trying to do and who I'm trying to get on the Board of Commissioner, if they can vote for me. But I was wondering if there was anything else like I can do, because since I wasn't able to get the paper in that you put the 10 people on the list, what else can I do to get in on the voting?
That's a great question. And I'm not familiar with the procedures for getting folks onto that ballot and how that works. And if I'm sure that there's a write-in component so that even if your name didn't get on, that, you can let tenants know that you could write your name in. But let me double check with the staff tomorrow in the office. And I'm sure if you live in the building, they know how to get a hold of you, and we can reach out and get you some instructions for next steps for how to do that. Because we definitely want to, help people to participate in any way that you can. So that's great that you're excited, and I will do whatever I can to help you further that along.
Yeah, if you can let me know like the date that I have to be out there, to talk with people, because I am talking with people more, and I did make out cards.
Okay.
To let them know a little bit about me, whoever doesn't know me, and what I'm about and everything like that. So, I don't want to just go out there and be like, oh, vote for me, not knowing who I am, So just so if you can give me feedback on like when the dates are and what do I have to do, and, to move forward with it.
Gotcha. Well, it's definitely coming up quick. Just like Robert confirmed, the vote is the 28th, and I apologize. That's one of the many small parts of the job that I just haven't figured out the logistics of yet. But I guess tomorrow morning will be my opportunity to learn more about it. With Kaya.
Is that the day they vote? Actually, like
28th is the actual day of the election, and so it's coming up quick. But you have time, I think, to figure out all the details. And like I said, tomorrow morning, that'll be one of my first priorities is to learn more and understand the rules of that election. And I'll reach out to you personally to let you know about next steps.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm glad you're excited about being involved.
Thanks. Have a good day, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Any other questions or comments from the public? Don't see any hands being raised. Don't see any microphones coming off mute. So in that case, I will entertain any motions to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn. Rebecca Boer.
I'll second that.
Is there anything formal that needs to be said, or is that
All in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
I'll need to do it for everyone. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I swear I'll get the hang of it. I've missed so many meetings.
Very great.
I should know this by now.
No, it's really good.
No,
Nick.
it's fine.
It's very great. It's great.
And thank you,
Okay.
Linda.
Thank you,
Yes,
everyone.
thank you, Linda. Thank you,
Merry
everyone.
Thank you, Linda.
Happy
Thank you, Nick.
holidays.
Happy
Yes,
holidays,
happy
everyone.
holidays.
Yes,
see everyone
and
in
a
January.
Happy New Year.
See you
and
all in the new year.